The left crazy is seeing successful ethnic minority politicians in the Conservative Party on gender, on race, on all of these things that they think they own. They are failing and are backward, and the Conservative Party is much more progressive. Now, Katharine Birbalsingh, the government social mobility chair, also criticised the left's obsession with identity politics, tweeting in response to the Mirror's gaffe, "This is the problem with anti-racism. It is all about how things seem and look as opposed to how things really are." And I'm delighted to say, Katharine, Britain's strictest head teacher, joins me now. Katharine, these two incidents were extraordinary, weren't they? Because it really does expose, as you say, the faux anti-racism narrative that comes from the left.
That's right. That's exactly right. Faux anti-racism. They're very much concerned with putting black boxes on Instagram because it makes them seem or look as if they're anti-racist, when in fact they're often very racist. I get so much racism from the left. You're told as a brown or black person, ethnic minority, that you're not allowed to vote on the right. You're not allowed to think like a conservative, that you're somehow betraying your own people. The things they said about Kwasi Kwarteng really, it's just horrifying. Rupa Huq in particular, saying there about how he doesn't sound like a black man. What is it to sound like a black man? That's what I'd like to know. How do you sound black? Because there are black people who come from Nigeria. There are black people who come from Jamaica. There are black British people, some who grow up in the north, some who are in Scotland. What is it to sound black? It's shocking that in 2022 that people say this sort of thing. And they obviously say it because in their circles, it's perfectly acceptable to speak like this. Because if it wasn't acceptable, she just wouldn't say that kind of thing. So, and I mean, I know this just from a lifetime of having had that kind of abusive talk around me. It is just, it's a racism that's permissible, and it exists on the left. And they are quite, they'll point the finger when there's more kind of what we would think about as old school racism, someone being called a name or something. But next thing you know, they might use the word coconut or bounty to describe a black or brown person, meaning that you're brown or black on the outside and you're white on the inside. Because again, they think that there are certain ways of being white and being black. So when they call you a coconut, what they mean is you might have some conservative values. That's to be white. Or you turn up on time. That's to be white. Or you read Charles Dickens. That's to be white. Or you go to the opera. That's to be white. That's the kind of thing that you might hear some people on the left say. Now, obviously, there are lots of people on the left who don't behave like this and who don't think like that. But what I'm pointing to here and trying to expose in what I'm saying is a tacit racism that exists on the left and is acceptable. And it really should not be acceptable in 2022.